Congratulations on your decision to join eXp Realty. Welcome to the game changer among real estate brokerages, and welcome to the Leaders Edge Network. My name is Deanna Faye Brown. I'm the team leader of the Connection Realtors Mega Icon team, brokered by eXp Realty, and a member of the Leaders Edge Network. My goal today is to take about 60 minutes or so to introduce you to all of the incredible technology platforms available to eXp agents. So what will we cover today? First, I'm going to help you to create an eXp bookmark folder to organize all of the extensive materials that eXp will make available to you through Google. Next, we'll spend some time navigating eXp World, where you'll come to understand that the world is much more than an avatar and a video playground. It is a real-time, real-world solution that allows eXp to successfully operate in the virtual brokerage space. I'll introduce you to Exp Enterprise and MyRevShare, two platforms important to helping you understand your business, your production, and your growth opportunities with eXp. We'll explore the Exp Marketing Center and all of the design resources that are available at your fingertips. I'll invite you to join Workplace and Workplace Chat, two platforms essential for communication and networking across all eXp agents and staff. And finally, I'll give you information on how to tap into additional resources available through the Leaders Edge Network. So let's get started. So the first place we'll start is Google, or whatever internet browser you might prefer. I encourage you to go to your browser and first create a folder specifically for bookmarking all eXp resources. To do that in Google, I simply go up to the top of my screen, just below my URL window, and I right-click in some white space and select Add Folder. Once I hit Add Folder, I can give that folder a name. In my case, I just chose eXp and Real Estate Resources, and then click Save. Once that folder is available, I can set it to be accessible and visible right at the top of my internet browser and can save directly to it anytime I find a new eXp resource that I don't want to lose. Once you set up that folder, there are two resources that I encourage you to immediately locate and bookmark. The first one is the Exp Explorer guide, a resource that will answer just about any question that you might have, from policy and procedure to compliance questions to lingo that maybe you've never heard before to marketing and education solutions, all accessible here through the Explorer guide. You'll find that by typing in explore.exprealty.com. Make sure you bookmark it. The other one I encourage you to bookmark is a good resource when you start having conversations with other agents or potential agents about life with eXp. And that's exactly the name of the site, life.exprealty.com. Another great resource for understanding all things eXp, particularly from someone who's still in that decision-making phase and wants to see and feel exactly what a virtual brokerage is about. So go ahead and bookmark these two sites. Our next stop, Exp World. eXp's flagship resource as a virtual brokerage is no doubt Exp World. If you've gotten to this point in your onboarding and you have not yet downloaded Exp World to your PC or your Mac, you're going to want to go ahead and do that. Simply go back to the Exp Explorer guide that we just bookmarked a few moments ago. You'll go to section 3 on becoming an expert, and then there you will find installation instructions and links in order to be able to access that app and download it. Once downloaded, you'll be able to log in with your passport credentials, which are going to be the eXp email address that you've been assigned and the password that you selected as one of your final onboarding steps. I'm going to go ahead and log in now. Now, obviously, this is not my first time logging in, but when it's your first time logging in, the first place that you'll go is to the dressing room to create your avatar. You can spend as much or as little time in the dressing room playing with the avatar as you wish. The important thing for you to understand is that this platform has incredible technology and use. So don't get hung up on the avatar. Really concentrate on the purpose. If you wanted to make changes to your avatar or spend time editing it on that first visit, let me show you what the dressing room would look like. You'll see your avatar, and here is mine. Along the left-hand side, you'll have a number of features that you can choose from: hair and skin color, eye color, accessories, clothing, and you can go through each one and decide on color, decide on the type of shirt, the type of shoes, and so forth. Every once in a while, I will come in here and have a little fun with the seasonal changes that happen in the avatar dressing room. I think I picked up a witch's hat at Halloween. I'm thinking about a nice cozy winter sweater as we get into the colder months of the year here on the East Coast. So you can have some fun with it. But the important thing is to understand what happens once you leave this dressing room and how you can make this resource work for you and your business. Once you're satisfied with any of your changes to your avatar, you always just want to go to the bottom right-hand corner to save and exit the dressing room. Once you do that, and then in all subsequent visits to the world, the first place that you'll end up is to the greeting area here. This is where all visitors come. I like to think of it as, Main Street USA when you go to Disney World or Disneyland. From here, you have decisions to make about where you need to go or who you need to talk to. There are three main areas that I want to address about Exp World. The first is how to leverage it for state broker resources. Second, how to leverage the world for help and support in other areas outside of your state rooms. And finally, I want to talk about the amazing and extensive education available to you through Exp University. We're talking more than 80 hours a week of live education and training. So clearly I'm in the winter months already, and you can tell by the snowflakes and some of the other attire of those around us. To navigate around Exp World, up in the top left-hand corner, you'll see wherever you are, at whatever room or location you teleport to, I like to use that word, you'll see yourself along with anybody else who's in that same location. Right above that, you're going to see the words Go To. That's going to be like the teleport center. When you click on Go To, you'll see a number of areas that you can move to throughout Exp World. The first place that I want to show you is the broker staterooms. So if you'll see right here in the list about halfway down, there's brokerage operations, and then right below it, staterooms. You can access the state brokerage office for any state in the country. This is particularly useful if you are licensed in multiple states, maybe New Jersey and Pennsylvania, for example. And if you need a resource in one state or the other, you simply come here, click on the state that you're interested in. I'm going to show you the example with my state broker room, New Jersey. Once I click on New Jersey, my avatar is actually going to teleport to the state broker's office. At that point, you'll see that the look changes a little bit, and it appears as if I've just stepped off an elevator into a corporate building. Here in the New Jersey State Broker's office, the format will be very similar to other state broker offices and other department offices across Exp. You'll notice that there's a welcome desk right in front of me, and there are also some kiosks. There's a blue one to my left, a green one to my right, and then if I just take my arrow keys and continue to move around, you'll see yet another kiosk in yellow. Each of them is labeled. One of them is for contract compliance, one of them transaction settlement, and one of them has to do with license transfers and broker questions. Depending on what brings you to the broker's office, if you need live support, you would simply take your mouse and click on one of these three kiosks to take a number and wait in line just like you would at the deli counter at your local supermarket. I can tell you from experience, and I come to Exp World frequently, that I rarely wait more than a moment or two to get support and service. And when I say support and service, we're talking about live support, human to human support and contact, not typing in a question and hoping that the automated service will understand my question and give me the answer that I need. We're talking about live support. You can always go up to the bulletin board again by either using your mouse to move your avatar or by using your arrow keys to see the latest news and announcements that New Jersey or whatever brokerage office might want to share with you. Okay. This particular one, it looks like they're referencing the hours and some other important details about how to use the kiosks. There are also going to be other resources available here. Again, other broker offices are going to be designed very similarly. There's a self-help room where I can take my avatar and go into self-help for resources that are commonly requested by agents, which I'll show you in just a minute. There's also self-help video room. I can again take my avatar simply by using my mouse, walking across the floor, also my arrow keys to be able to access the content in the self-help video room. The value of these two resources is that oftentimes you know what you need and you don't need a live person, you just need the resource. The broker's office recognizes what the common requests are, and they work hard to make sure that they make as much available to you on demand and at request as possible. So here's an example of what the New Jersey self-help room looks like. There's a link to the New Jersey Agent Handbook over on the wall. To be able to get that, all I would have to do is take my mouse and actually click on this slide, and it would take me directly over to my internet browser and to the New Jersey Agent Handbook. This is one of those prime opportunities where once that opens in your internet browser, be sure to bookmark it back to that EXP folder that we created at the start. Earlier this year, we went through a big license renewal process. There was information available in the self-help room about license renewal. When you're new to EXP, you often need forms to be able to transfer your MLS membership from one brokerage to another. There are pre-signed forms for every MLS in the state here in the New Jersey State self-help room. And finally, another big resource is going to be this here. New Jersey has a Google Drive of documents that include documents necessary both for EXP and for state compliance purposes. So if you don't have a platform where those documents are available to you locally, you can always go in and pull documents here from the Google Drive. Again, another place you want to click on and save to your bookmarks. The broker's office will always make the most current forms available, and they'll also be sure to update these folders and forms as they change or as the industry changes. Okay, you can take these forms and then import them into, say, for example, zip forms, .loop, DocuSign, or you can further leverage them for e-recording solutions with your clients. Okay, so this is an example of what might happen if I came into a broker's office, a broker room. You'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner that there is a mic off and a chat box. If I just scroll my mouse over, you'll see how the chat box sort of opens and would allow me to talk. Typically, when you come into the world, your mic is always going to be off, and all you have to do is simply click on it to turn it on, and then whoever is talking with you, either greeting you in the broker's office, or if you go and have a seat at a table, once your number is up, you simply turn your mic on, and then you're able to have a live conversation with the person in front of you, whether it's seated at a table getting assistance or standing at that welcome room. But you'll be able to talk live and in person, in avatar person, to request whatever your need or ask your question or get the support that you're looking for. You also have the ability to leverage this chat so that if the resource you're speaking with needs something from you or can provide you with a link or a document that helps to address your need, they can stick it right here in the chat where you can click on it, download it, copy and save it, and so forth. So again, I could be working with somebody on the other side of the state, or I'm sitting in the southern part of the state and could be working with someone in the northern part of the state, and geographic boundaries have no impact. Uh, this platform and Exp World is what allows that virtual brokerage to truly operate successfully. So that's how we navigate the staterooms. Let's say that you have a different type of need or want support that doesn't have to do with a state broker's office or compliance. Maybe you want to talk with somebody about onboarding. Maybe you're assisting another agent with onboarding, or maybe you're having some struggles yourself. Maybe you're having some technical issues with Exp World or with one of the other tech platforms that we're going to talk about today. There are resources in Exp World where you can get live support the same way that you got live support in the broker's office. You simply find that particular office or agency, click on it, and then take a look in the subcategory. For example, if I take a look at tech support, I have the ability to go to tech support self-help, or I can go to the tech support lobby. The lobby is where I would be able to find live support to get avatar face to face with a person where I can ask my questions, give some explanation of what issue I might be having, and get the answers and support that I need to get to a solution. Understand that this is always available to you. You can always log into Exp World 24/7. There are occasional opportunities where the system goes down for maintenance, but for the most part it is available 24/7, and there's a ton of self-help resource that you can tap into even if a particular department or office is off, maybe for the weekend or maybe in the overnight hours. Okay? The last and probably the most robust aspect of Exp World is Exp University, where so much live training happens. You will absolutely want to be sure to tap into Exp World for this live training, more than 80 hours every week. And that training content will address everything from being brand new to real estate, brand new to Exp. Maybe you are a productive agent who has been in the business many years, but feel like you're stuck at a certain level and need to figure out how to leverage Exp and this model and these resources to get your business and your production to the next level. Or maybe you're new to social media, not sure how to get started, and want to leverage some of the icons that provide training in Exp University. This is all available to you by going through Exp World, going to Exp University, and then you'll see here all of the training rooms and resource areas where classes take place. Let me first show you if I go to the self-help area. Okay, in self-help, this is going to be a lot like that broker's office was. Kind of the most common requested, most frequently asked for items are going to be at your fingertips here in self-help. The one thing I'm going to show you right away, continuing to build on our bookmark folder, is the training calendar. If I click on this calendar, I think it's important to do it so you can see it. When I click on the calendar, it's going to take me over to the web, and it's going to give me the Exp training calendar for at least the next 30 to 60 days. I think it goes even a little bit beyond that. But what you'll be able to do here, once you bookmark this calendar, and that's located at expcloud.com/calendar. Once you bookmark it, you can scroll through day to day. Be sure to note that everything on this calendar is identified in Pacific time, so you'll want to make that conversion if you're on a different time zone. But you'll be able to see each of the training sessions that are available. And if you click on it, for example, here's Icon Series, Preparing for the Appraisal. I can click on that to get more information about this resource. I can understand what the training is going to cover, a course description. I can find out who's hosting it and the time. And then I can also find out where that training is being held. in this case, Icon Hall. Okay, so you'll get a lot of information just by scrolling through this calendar. A couple of things quickly while we're talking about training. If you are brand new to EXP or brand new to real estate, you want to look for training sessions that start with Fast Start. Fast Start is going to be about 14 modules of training that are going to take you through all of the nuts and bolts of getting acclimated to real estate and to EXP. So here's an example, Fast Start 101. So this will go 101 all the way to 114. You can click on it, you can understand the description, and again, continue to scroll down and you'll find out where that training is being held. A couple of other training resources that you want to understand. There are also Icon Series training. Any EXP agent that achieves Icon status has an opportunity to give back to the EXP community through education. And so these are 1-hour series that are led not by Exp University instructors, but by actual producing agents, producing Icon agents that want to help give you a heads up on an area or a function of their business where they have been successful and they want to help you replicate it. So here, for example, leverage with listings is something that's coming up December 9th. I can get a description of what that content will be, find out who will be hosting, and find out where to go to attend that live training. Okay, that's Icon Series. You're also going to find additional training well beyond Fast Start and Icon Series that will address a wide variety of wants and needs when it comes to education. Spend time here reviewing this content, and I encourage you to make a commitment up front, whether it be 1 or 2 hours a week, maybe even if you can do 5 hours a week or half hour a day, that you will devote to your own training and development to really tap into these resources. So let's head back to Exp University. I want to show you one last thing before we move on to our next platform, and that's what a training room looks like. So let's say, for example, we wanted to attend one of those Icon trainings in the Icon Theater. I would simply go up to the top left to the Go-To menu. I would find Exp University, and then I'm going to scroll down and find Icon Theater in the list of possible locations. My avatar will transport to the Icon Theater, and this is just one example of what a training room will look like in a virtual brokerage environment. Once I come into the room, I can use my arrow keys or my mouse button to maneuver my avatar. I can click on a chair to get my avatar to sit down, or if I prefer, I think it's the one place that you can stand for an hour and not get fatigued. But what you'll want to do once the actual training starts, almost always the trainer will concentrate on slides, not on a live avatar doing the presenting. So for you to be able to zone in on that slide, you simply go to the top of your screen and you'll see a screen zoom selection. You can click on screen zoom and it will take you to the different slides located at the front of the training room. Okay, now in this case, there's no live training currently happening, which is why you don't see anything on that main screen, that center screen. Typically, everybody gets reminded when they first come into a live training to make sure that your mic is off for, consideration purposes. Oftentimes, if you leave your mic on when you're not actually speaking, it creates a lot of interference and noise and certainly distraction for the other participants in the training room. You'll want to absolutely tap into all of the training through Exp University and also the training through your local brokerage rooms in this way. Okay? So spend some time creating your avatar and getting excited about really tapping into technology as a means of doing your business. This is Exp World. Let's move on. The next stop in our tech platform tour is Exp Enterprise. Exp Enterprise is going to give you access to review or edit your profile information with eXp. It's going to give you the ability to review your transaction history and pipeline. It's going to give you the ability to review invoices, among so many other things. So let's get started. Let's take a look. How do we access Enterprise? In your web browser, you just go to expenterprise.com. And when it comes up, you'll just click on Sign In. You'll sign into Enterprise the same way that we just did with Exp World, with your eXp Passport credentials. So again, that's going to be your eXp Realty email and whatever password you set when you first onboarded. Once you log in to Exp Enterprise, you're going to see a dashboard that looks something like this. From your home screen, there will be a number of tiles that are going to be organized in different categories. First category is company information. If I scroll down, you'll see access to all of the technology solutions available with EXP. Then resource and education. Remember, we just looked at that education calendar. Here's yet another way to find it by going through this tile, clicking on the link. We already even visited the Explore guide, but here's another way to access it here. Continue to scroll down. There's information on marketing where you can get logos. You can access the Marketing Center, which we're going to visit in just a little bit. So you can access a number of platforms just from this home screen with Exp Enterprise. I like coming here to receive the latest press release information or investor relations reports. These are particularly useful not only when I want to understand what's going on as a shareholder of EXP, but when I might want to share information with other potential agents who are interested in this model as well. There's also access to Extend a Hand, which is EXP's own charitable organization meant to help agents and EXP staff who might come upon hard financial times who need support from their own professional community. Okay. The other thing I want to mention while we're here at the dashboard is Shareworks, because oftentimes once that first 30 or 60 days go by and agents start to want to understand stock and stock awards, they're not sure where to go to get that information. If you log into Enterprise from the home screen, you'll want to find this Shareworks tile right here. Shareworks is a platform that's managed by Morgan Stanley, which is where all of the current stock transactions and stock accounts are maintained for EXP agents. The first time you click on this tile, you'll need to create a password. It won't automatically take you into Shareworks with your passport credentials. So it's up to you what password you create to access Shareworks. I won't go into this now, but I will tell you that you'll be able to log into Shareworks to see where you are both with stock purchases, if you are a participant in the Agent Equity Program, but you'll also be able to see where you are with stock awards and with vesting on those stock awards. Understand that because EXP is a publicly traded company, that typically stock purchases and stock awards happen at the end of a month, the last business day of the month, and then it takes about 30 days for an extensive third-party audit to conclude on that purchase. Once that audit concludes, then details on new awards or new purchases are typically made available in Shareworks. So as you're going through your first 30, 60, or 90 days with EXP, understand that it might take a little bit of time for Shareworks to catch up with you or your production activity simply because of that audit process that is necessary and required because, in fact, EXP is publicly traded. Okay, but this is where you would access your stock information. There are a lot of other things that you can access from right here in EXP Enterprise. If I click on My Business, I can access information about my transaction pipeline by going to the transaction overview. I can see what I've closed, I can see what's in my pipeline, and I can also see where I am in my cap at any point during the course of the year. I can also get additional information about where I am with the Agent Equity Program or I can review my profile. Let's take a look at what happens in the profile. Here, I can upload a photo, and this photo will translate to a number of other platforms where I might use my eXp passport credentials to log in. So if you want to add a photo and get rid of your initials, this is where you would go to do it. You can also add additional information about yourself, including your birthday, emergency contact information. You can make sure that your license information is correct here. You can also go into your expert profile, which is right below my agent profile, and make some additional changes. You can give information about your biography, who you are, your background. Maybe if you are in real estate in multiple states or have achieved certain accolades or success, you can reference that in your biography here in Expert Profile. You'll also receive notification once a month that you have a new invoice. At the time that you first onboarded with eXp, you set up to make the $85 a month payment for that tech and education platform access. You'll receive notification of that monthly invoice, and then you can always find that invoice to view it here in online payments. As long as you set up your payment information properly at the start during onboarding, you don't have to do anything with that invoice. On occasion, there will be other invoices outside of that $85 a month fee that will bring you here to Enterprise in order to review the invoice and then make payment. An example of that might be your license renewal fee. Another example of that might be a commission correction that might need to happen where funds are due back to the brokerage. For example, maybe I had a commission close and I forgot to include instruction to pay a referral to a third-party vendor. If I then, following payment of the commission, need to request a correction, that means I have to pay money back to eXp for that correction in order to get that referral paid. That happens through the invoicing process, and I would go right here under My Business, Online Payments, to find that invoice and to actually pay it through the portal. Okay? Something else that you'll want to understand about Enterprise, and we're only going to take about 30 seconds here to talk about it because it's so massive and so important that it's going to require content all its own. That's Kvcor. The important thing you want to know about Kvcor right now is that you have to log into Exp Enterprise to request your Kvcor account be activated. To do that, when you go in from home, you want to find optional services on the left, and then you'll see a couple of options, one of them being Kvcor. You'll see on your end, the first time logging in, a green sign up button, which you no longer see on my screen because I've already leveraged this platform and this activation. Okay, but this is where you go to request your Kvcor account. Note that it mentions a 7 to 10 day turnaround. I'm just going to say right now and in this moment, don't panic. Typically, it's 1 to 2 business days, no more, in order to get that activation. Okay, so there are a number of things that you can do here to, again, understand where you are in your business and your production, to make updates to your profile, and when necessary, pay an invoice. Okay. The other thing, don't forget, because you will want to start looking 60 to 90 days in at your Shareworks account, and you'll be able to access that here from the home page. So this is Exp Enterprise. Next stop on our tour is revenue share. Revenue share was once a component visible and accessible through Exp Enterprise, but now it has branched off. I think that happened sometime in the last year or so, and it is a platform all its own. To access your revenue share at any time, you'll go to your web browser and you'll go to my.exprealty.com. Once you find this site, you will log in using your eXp passport credentials, just like we have with Exp World and with Enterprise. When you first log in, you're going to come to this welcome screen. At the welcome screen, you can go typically in one of two directions. If you ever need a refresher on your upline, you can go to the top right-hand corner, click on your name, and you can click on My Upline to see everybody in your upline. The other thing that you can do is on the left-hand side, click on Revenue Share. Once you do that, this will give you an insight into everything happening in your revenue share business with EXP. You'll be able to see how many agents are in your revenue share group. So that would be your level 1 through level 7. You'll be able to see all of your frontline agents and all of your frontline qualifying agents. That would be tier 1 level that help you to unlock lower levels in your downline. You'll also be able to see information about revenue share payments. Current month accumulation and past month's payouts can be obtained here. I won't spend a lot of time going into this. Obviously, you'll see that some of this information you can't see because it's considered confidential and private. You should only share with people that you know and trust. And it's important to understand that there is a lot of compliance restriction around sharing data on revenue share and also on stock performance. So before you build your business and leverage sharing this information with other outside agents, make sure you spend some time understanding the compliance from EXP on what you should and shouldn't, can and can't do. There are a lot of restrictions because we are part of a publicly traded company. And we want to be careful. Just like in real estate, you've always been warned, be a real estate agent, not an attorney. Well, in this case, we want to make sure that we are presenting ourselves as shareholders, not financial advisors. But again, this is a really important bookmark for where you'll be able to go to review your revenue share activity at any point in time. As we continue on our tour of technology platforms, our next stop is the Exp Marketing Center. You might have noticed when we were logged into Exp Enterprise that there was a tile on the home dashboard that would take you to the Marketing Center. But you don't just have to go through Enterprise. You can also go directly to the Marketing Center to log in. The way that you'll do that is you'll go to expmarketingcenter.com, click on the top right-hand corner, and here, just like in most other places, you'll be prompted to log in with your passport credentials. So I'm going to go ahead and do that so we can take a look at some of the terrific marketing materials that EXP makes available to you. You also, as a brand new EXP agent, have the opportunity to receive 1,000 free business cards and 25 free presentation folders. You'll want to come here to the Marketing Center in order to be able to capitalize on those free materials. When you first log in, you'll notice that you can scroll down to see a wide variety of marketing materials, both for print use and also for digital use as well. You can click on any of these collections to view further options, to download templates that you can then customize and personalize to your own resume, background, property, or client needs. You will also, if you continue to scroll down towards the bottom, see Spanish marketing materials. EXP Marketing is looking to continually expand on its additional language offerings for its marketing materials. So always check back here if you're looking for information in a particular language. There are a number of documents, templates, listing presentations that you can download, all in the guise of making technology work for you. I encourage you to come here and spend some time taking a tour, playing around, leverage some of the presentations. In particular, if you are going on a listing presentation and can leverage one of these digital slideshows, how impressed would your clients be if you walked in with, for example, an iPad or a tablet and could give the listing presentation right there on the spot on the screen, all personalized to their property, and then take them right from there into a package of documents for them to sign and list with you on the spot. All done right there on a screen without having to print paper in advance or worry about making changes and not being able to do it because you only have paper copies. Again, you're demonstrating that not only are you part of a virtual brokerage for the technology that's made available to you, but you are also wanting to demonstrate to your clients that you're leveraging technology and making it work for them. Okay, so absolutely spend some time in here exploring and seeing all that's available. I also encourage you, as you really concentrate on marketing yourself and your business with EXP, that you spend a lot of time investing in your social media presence, in a business presence, a Facebook business presence, Instagram business presence, a YouTube video presence, perhaps. Some people are even expanding into TikTok. Take advantage of some of the social media marketing designs that are available to you here to either market yourself or properties that you listed or sold. The other thing I want to make sure to point out here in the Marketing Center is that this is where you would go to get your free business cards and presentation folders. You would find the tile for EXP Partners, click on Browse Designs, and then from here you want to find the vendor Build a Sign. Build a Sign is the company that provides those free materials. Once you click on Build a Sign and then click on More, you will leave the Marketing Center and you will go to Build a Sign's website specifically branded for EXP. This is where you would go to obtain your new agent materials. If you just click on business cards, and then you'll be prompted to log in. You can click on business cards. Now, because I am already recognized as an existing customer with Build a Sign, I can't see the option for the new agent starter kit. But if you come here through the Marketing Center and it's your first time visiting Build a Sign, you will have an option to obtain your business cards and your presentation folders for free. When you're here at Build a Sign site, just make sure that you order only those 2 items, put them in your cart, and then check out. Then if you need to go back and order signs or flyers or other print materials or physical marketing items, then go back and do that separately because obviously you're going to need to pay for that purchase. So just a heads up, treat the business card and presentation folder as one checkout item. You will not be charged, not even for shipping of those items. So you want to make sure that that's a separate checkout. Then go back and order the additional materials you might need for signs and so forth. Okay? Again, and that's all going to be from the Marketing Center through EXP Partners for Build a Sign. Okay? The other thing that I just want to point out is that there are a number of unique items beyond just listing presentation support or postcard presentation or social media platforms. There are a number of unique materials, whether it have to do with attracting other agents or presentation materials for an open house, or even just some information that you want to be able to share with a client who might not be familiar with EXP in their market area. There's a lot of content here in the EXP Marketing Center. So spend some time. This is where you want to leverage the elbow grease that the marketing group has put into these materials to make them work for you. Okay? That is the EXP Marketing Center. We are approaching the end of our tour of the EXP technology platforms. We have maybe 10 or 15 minutes left to go, and I want to spend a few of those minutes talking about Workplace and Workplace Chat. These are 2 platforms that are actually supported and presented to the marketplace by Facebook, now known as Meta. So for those of you who have had any experience at all with Facebook, you should find the learning curve on Workplace and Workplace Chat to be very, very short and very, very easy. The Workplace app in particular is going to follow the Facebook format almost exactly. So if you're used to going to Facebook now to maybe join a local parent group with your children's school or a sports group, or maybe you follow yard sales in a particular region, just like you join groups in that way, you're going to leverage Workplace in a very similar way. So to do that, you're going to want to go to workplace.com. And when you do that, you're going to want to go to the top right-hand corner of the screen and click Login. You're going to use your passport credentials to log into Workplace. In addition to using Workplace and Workplace Chat on your PC or your Mac, you also want to make sure that you download the apps for both of these platforms on your mobile device. They work really well with your mobile device, just like Facebook does. Just like you use Facebook and texting on your phone, you'll use Workplace and Workplace Chat for networking and communication within the EXP community on your mobile device as well. So when you first log in to Workplace, you're going to see a news feed, just like you're used to on Facebook. The EXP Workplace Environment is for EXP agents and staff only. So if you are marketing an open house, for example, or a new listing, understand that if you post it here in Workplace, you will only be reaching the EXP community. You will not be reaching the public at large. Having said that, there is a tremendous amount of networking, collaboration, and communication that happens between agents here on this platform. When you log in for the first time, I encourage you to immediately get tied in with every broker's office where you are licensed. If you are licensed in multiple states, you simply want to make sure that you search up in the top left search bar, top left corner. If I were part of Pennsylvania, then I might just start typing in Pennsylvania, and I would see that there are a number of groups that are available regarding Pennsylvania. You'll notice that some just reference a member count, and others, in addition to member count, reference that they're a closed group. Closed group means that you have to receive permission from whoever administers that group to gain access to it. Okay? As we've talked about a couple of times, I'm in New Jersey. So a couple of the groups that I made sure to join, I'm in the New Jersey State group. So if I go ahead and click on that group now, just like if I did that in Facebook, if I'm doing that here in Workplace, I'm going to see everything about the New Jersey State group that has been posted. As I scroll down, just like Facebook, I can see pinned posts first. So anything that the broker's office wants to make sure is sort of kept on the forefront and first accessible, the first time somebody maybe has logged in a while, will stay pinned at the top. And then once I review the pinned posts, then I can scroll down and see the most recent content. So much happens at these state level groups in Workplace. If you want to provide or need assistance manning an open house, come here, either to the state group, or there happens to be another group for New Jersey listings and open houses, where you can go and either provide your services or receive support from another agent working on an open house. If you need a printout from an MLS, which you are not a member of, you can come here and request it. And given the type of community and culture that we have, there's a very, very high level of cooperation and collaboration where you will see results quickly. If you're looking for recommendations for vendors, attorneys, inspectors, appraisers, contractors, there's a lot of conversation that happens here in Workplace. Okay, so that's most important. First time login, make sure that you tap into the state groups where you are licensed. You also want to be able to leverage state groups where you have an opportunity to provide a referral. Maybe you have a client that's selling in New Jersey and then ultimately looking to buy in another part of the country. Let's say Texas. You should go right on to Workplace, find the Texas state groups, and start posting for information to get an agent in Texas, in the geographic area where your client might be interested in moving, where you can provide that client to that agent for a referral. Remember, one of the core components of the culture in EXP is recognizing and leveraging the ability to create multiple sources of revenue. Okay, not just traditional sales, but leveraging multiple other resources. That includes an extensive national and international network where you have the ability to create referral income. You can do that with residential agents. You can also do that with commercial agents, which leads me to another platform that you absolutely want to join here in Workplace, and that is Exp Commercial. All you have to do is type in Exp Commercial. You'll see that there are a number of options. If you see like this star, this badge, that sort of references just like you might be used to on Instagram, like Instagram official. Well, that's the Facebook or Workplace official group for Exp Commercial. So that's a closed group. In order to join that group, I would just click on it. You can't see it now because I'm already a part of this group, but there would be a button over here towards the right-hand side where you can click on it, requesting to join the group. Okay. Typically, the administrators of these groups move very quickly, so within a day or less, often you'll receive access to a group unless there's some particular compliance issue that would prevent you from being part of it. But then you'll have access to that group and all of its content. Okay. Agent Healthcare is a great networking group to become a part of here if you have any interest at all in understanding more about agent healthcare. We talk a lot about opportunities for revenue, but what about the opportunity to save in your expenses? You could see that opportunity with agent healthcare that's offered by EXP. So check that out. If you are looking to leverage other platforms, not just commercial, but maybe express offers, relocation, REO, for example, you can join groups that are specifically geared towards education, content update, and just general communication and networking that happens around those programs in the EXP community. You can do all of that here. So as much as you invest time in Facebook to understand what's going on with people in your world, in your sphere, to spend time marketing your business to the public, recognize that this is going to keep you connected on so many levels with the people in and around EXP. Okay? In addition to Workplace, there's a second component of Workplace called Workplace Chat. If you're logged in on your computer, like you see I am now, you can leverage chat right from within the Workplace component, and it's going to be right here on the left-hand side. You'll see this little text bubble, and if I hover my mouse over it, it'll say chats. You can click on here and see all the recent chats that you've had, okay, with different people. And you can click on that chat at any time to continue the conversation. Workplace Chat is going to work just like the texting application on your mobile device. You can create a chat with one person, or you can also create a group chat with multiple people. As you build your network across EXP, you will find that there are certain people, certain offices that best communicate with one another through Workplace, others through email, and still others through Workplace Chat. So if Workplace Chat is, for example, your state broker office's preferred method of communication, then make sure that you're there on Workplace Chat to connect with those people. If you are using it on your mobile device, it will be two separate apps, Workplace and Workplace Chat, two separate apps. If you are leveraging Workplace on your computer, it will be all in one place through one login through Workplace using your passport credentials. The other thing that I'll mention is that a lot of people give feedback that they start with Workplace but are finding that the notifications that come out of Workplace are a little bit overwhelming. And especially when you're acclimating yourself to all of this new technology, that they don't want that much notification and feel it's a little bit overwhelming. It's very easy to just log in, go to your profile, and again, you see my picture here because it's pulling my picture from my profile that I uploaded in Enterprise. But you can come here to your Workplace profile and you can set and dial back the notifications that you receive through Workplace. If you don't want to receive any notifications, you can simply set your do not disturb, but you have the ability to scale back those notifications. So if you only want to receive pop-up notifications while you're on the platform and don't want to receive any additional email notifications as well, which a lot of us actually love and appreciate about Facebook, you can do the same thing on Workplace. The most important thing is that I cannot or emphasize enough how valuable this resource can be for you to build a network with other agents in other regions and in other business aspects of real estate. Okay, again, the goal here is for you to leverage opportunity as much as possible. To the extent that you can build a relationship with a commercial agent or with a relo agent or with an agent in another part of the country without ever having to step back from your computer screen is pretty powerful. Imagine without this platform how challenging it would be to be able to build those same relationships. So let this network, we're approaching 70,000 agents, let this network work for you. So that's Workplace and Workplace Chat. As we conclude our technology tour, I want to take a brief moment to just recognize one platform that we are not including in our tour today, and that is SkySlope. SkySlope plays a very important role in the successful management of our virtual brokerage because it serves as the electronic file cabinet where all listing transactions and pending transactions are maintained. Compliance on all types of transactions are managed in that file cabinet in SkySlope at the state broker level. And accounting also generates commission payments directly from the content and uploads in SkySlope. There's a lot of good content in Exp University to help you understand how this platform works, both at a basic level and an advanced level. I just want to mention here that if you have not received an email asking you to activate your SkySlope account, which will be separate and distinct from your passport, if you haven't received that request to activate your SkySlope account, you can go to one of two places for support. You can either go into Exp World, go to Tech Outpost, and ask for support there in the Tech Support lobby, or you can log into Exp Enterprise and find the tile on your home page, on your home dashboard that says SkySlope, and you can access support there as well. You'll want to understand individually on the team that you're on what additional services your team might provide to further assist you with managing and maintaining files in SkySlope. Like I said, there are a couple of places you should go to make sure your account is activated, but other than that, we will not be talking about SkySlope and its function today. The last place that I want to take you as we wrap up our tour is to the traditional Facebook platform. And I'm going to ask you to make sure that you search for the Leaders Edge Facebook page. You'll find it by searching Leaders Edge at eXp Realty. Once you find it, you'll see that it's a private group, and so you'll want to click on a request to join. Leaders Edge is a network of teams and team leaders in the Eastern region, but building our geographic footprint that is designed to provide not only mastermind content and live, interactive conversation, communication, collaboration around real estate, but also to provide training resources and to even communicate and advertise opportunities for in-person networking and conversation. So I encourage you to make yourself accessible and tap into this resource, leverage it where you need it, and be able to be a resource to others where you can. Again, the culture that we're in is all about collaboration, cooperation, that the good of one is the good of all. So let's build on that and let's continue to work together. So having said that and taken you back to Facebook, I want to say thank you for taking the time today to go on this technology tour. I want to once again welcome you to eXp Realty. Let you know that I'm here. You have my contact information if you have any questions or need some additional support or need to get pointed in a direction. I wish you well, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you.